What did I do with my headphones? There they are. All right, is this thing on? Test, test, test. Yes. Okay. Let's do an explanation. All right, so I have this cool voice. I think is cool. It's objectively up to you whether you think it's cool. I have a cool voice setup that I will go over that I thought was pretty cool. It like inspired a whole track that I played on New Year's and a little bit after, and I might play it more because I saved it with a name. That's a big deal. So I'm gonna walk through it. I'm trying to think of if I pick up a camera and walk around with it, like how do I do this nicely? Maybe because it's kind of dark, I'll just point at things, and then when I need to move a camera to look at the foot pedals, aka guitar pedals, foot pedals, I don't know what year am I from. When I need to look at those, I'll move a camera. But for now, I'm gonna try. Let's try this camera. Let me see. I'm gonna walk over because I can't see. Yeah, that's pretty okay. I've got a pretty basic voice. It sounds like this, and you'll notice it has a little bit of that MS 20 vibe to it, because it's the MA35 filter, which just is. But right now I have it like pretty basic, pretty simple sounding. All it is a VCO2 from Erica Synth, so 3340 or something, I don't know. Really basic oscillator, probably a square or triangle wave. Going into this filter's got an envelope happening to it. The envelope's going to the cutoff and also to the VCA. And that's like the entirety of the voice. Do you have any questions thus far? Because we're about to make it cooler. I'm going to build it up to the cool bit. It's not starting out cool. It's going to build up. I'm not Div Kid, so I don't do the like whole, I don't know, start with the cool stuff and then explain. I'm just starting with the explain. It's explanuary. And the next cool bit, I think, was when I flipped a switch and decided to run it through the data bender. So just to hear what the raw data bender output of a sample of this would be, I'm going to use my theremin to essentially freeze the data bender. Yeah, it's getting cooler, right? I think this is cool because it's like little happy creatures running around in my head. Like, listen to that. How is this not like the most delightful bit? And I haven't done anything cool yet. Essentially, that's full wet data bender when you do that. Like, it's essentially holding this freeze switch, which freezes it. When you activate it with CV, or I think you can change this behavior, but when you activate it, it can latch, which is what I'm doing here. But I can also slowly crank it up. And you get sort of a layering effect, which is kind of cool, right? You have all those little fairy voices coming in a little bit. And how much I turn this is how much I get. And then for the next bit, I actually am taking the audio. I'm trying to think of how I'm doing this. What's the order of this? Okay, so the audio going into the data bender is actually coming out. It's actually using the performance mixer send, going into this inter effects guitar pedal to Euro rack and back sort of deal here. So it's essentially effects send to here from that basic voice into the guitar pedals down here, which are off camera currently, then back up into this pedal and back into the return. Or that might just go straight into the data bender. I don't remember. The point being is that when I start using the guitar pedals they'll start get like the sounds that they alter will get mutated by the data bender. So let's see, which camera can I grab? Maybe this one has enough slack. Let's see. Yeah, just pull on cables. Yeah, sweet. See if that one still works. Yes. All right. Is there enough light down there? Not really. All right. I apologize. I'm going to set this camera down for a second and turn the light on. This can't even say it. All right. There's my guitar pedal set up. You should be able to see that. Yeah. Zoom in a little more. And a few of these pedals can make a big difference. I like this one, which is a distortion pedal. It's sort of like that Game Changer Audio Plasma drive, but the Jack White version, which has some extra octavey harmonic-y stuff. So we'll start with the basics. Not super pleasant yet. Now we're back into pleasant territory, but I'm going to turn maybe this down a little bit. Sorry, camera switch. Not camera switch. Just so my voice is a little louder. All right, so that's doing its thing. This trigger on the right is essentially going through this harmonic adding bit and adding some flavor. Then I have this here, which I'm primarily using it as an octave switcher. In this case, I have it in the latch mode. It's the triple graph. But if I do this, we'll get a lower octave. Which I think is a pretty cool sound. And then if we want some other stuff, Grand Canyon. But I don't like it as much with the Grand Canyon. All right, and I go back up here, hit the bass line, go over to Cosmo. I'm gonna have to put this camera down, so I'll switch to the other one. Anyway, that's the thing. Wait, parallel processing? Yeah, I am using parallel processing somewhere, but not there. Am I? I don't remember. I swear I am. Oh, yes, I am, but not in the way you think. The parallel processing is over here on this voice. So if I turn off some effects real quick to get back to the... Whoop, sorry, buddy. Not all of you. I just want that. Right. We can leave that on because it's really nice. So I'm parallel processing two filters. I have the Trash Master and I have the MA35 filter. And those are both going... The output of the oscillator is going to those and then into this waver down here, which is a pretty fun, cool thing because it can do some wavy fold stuff. But right now it's all on the MA35 and I can bring in so this is just this one. But I also have a sub output from one of these in here too. Just some fun things. Especially when you start doing the wave folding. still just like freezing it. Well, I would say if the data bender is 100% wet and you hear the original, it would be parallel, but it's not really. It's not. I guess 100% wet isn't entirely accurate. It's doing 100%. It's exactly mixed. Because if I turn that back off and go back to the middle, you'd hear it's pretty similar. I go 100% wet. Oh, you know what it is? It is parallel processing. You're right. And here's why. I always forget this. When you use a send on the performance mixer, and probably most mixers, it's not pulling the audio out of this track. So this audio is still here, regardless. Like it's still, the unprocessed audio is being mixed in with the return audio. So I guess that is parallel processing. I can set it up so that if I go to pre and turn that off, we'll only hear the wet. So I was right about the data bender. It still is 100% wet, but because the performance mixer is bringing this voice in, it's parallel. It's double parallel. It's double parallel. Another fun thing to do, which I don't have set up right now, is I'll put the output of the offset into the time here, so you'll get like faster repeats as well as pitch. Right now it's also doing pitch, not pitch, CV, gate. Why can't I talk? It's none of those things, it's the cutoff. This is the worst explanuary ever. I went to explain something that I got explained to. Maybe that's how it should be. Alright, anyway, that's the cool tip. I could do a second one real quick, or I could just do one little last tidbit. See, it just keeps going. This is the wobble box that I got on the internet for Christmas. Well, I didn't get it for myself, someone else got it for me. And if I play this bass, which is going through the Ruina Versio, disguised as a Desmodus, I have this wobble box going into the CV of the Ruina. So when I squeeze it, you can get some like wubby sounds. Pretty cool. At least I thought it was cool. Anyway, that's this explanuary.